For King and Country, their new album, Burn the Ships, just came out about a month ago. And they are also going to be part of the Little Drummer Boy Christmas Tour coming to not too far away from us, Cleveland and Columbus. So a couple of hours drive, a nice little road trip for the holidays. And on the phone line, I have Luke. Hello.
Hello. How you doing? We keep talking like every few months. This is amazing.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's kind of funny because lately you guys have been talking to Jessica because it's been during the middays. And then they said, hey, let's do this interview at 3 in the afternoon. And I'm like, yay, it's finally my turn to talk to them again because it's during my show. So she was very jealous that it was my turn, but it's okay.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, glad to be able to chat with you now, April.
Super excited. So yeah, there's a lot to talk about. So we'll try to kind of cram everything in that we can with the time that we have with you. Number one, though, the main reason why we're talking with you is this Little Drummer Boy Christmas tour, and you're going out with Zach Williams. And so Wolstein Center in Cleveland, Ohio on December the 6th, which is a Thursday at 7 p.m. And then again, Saturday, December the 8th, 7 p.m., Schottenstein Center in Columbus, Ohio. So a couple hours drive from the Toledo area, but lots of people like to travel, and it's fun. It's Christmas. It's the holidays. So tell us about this tour. What can we expect?
Yeah, well, it's a special tour. I mean, we've done, I think this is our fourth year of doing Christmas tours. And I got to confess, the first time we kind of started talking, hey, guys, we're going to go out and do a Christmas tour, I was like, really? We're going to be that band that does Christmas tours, and, it takes up Christmas. I love being home for Christmas. I mean, that type of thing. And then we did the first Christmas tour, and we're like, this is amazing. I mean, we get to sing some of the greatest songs ever written, and we get to inject then our own songs. Everybody knows the songs. It becomes a celebration. It becomes something that's very unifying for our communities. And we just were like, this is a special time. And so for us to be able to have Zach Williams, who's a good friend of ours, come out, it all is just, it's a special time. I don't know how else to say it. You get so in the Christmas spirit in the process of these Christmas shows. So it's definitely it's a real treat.
Well, we know that a lot of our listeners are looking forward to it. And so one of our listeners through Twitter had been asking, what can we expect? What's it going to look like? Is it going to be all Christmas music? Are you guys going to be doing some stuff off of Burn the Ships? What's Zach going to be doing? Is he going to be singing with you guys on anything? They want to know the nitty-gritty details. So can you dish on any of this?
Yeah, well, we will be playing some of, the originals that we are known for. Usually it's about 50-50. It's about 50% Christmas, 50% original. And part of that is because if I went to a Christmas show with an artist, I would want to, I would want them to sing the songs that I know them to have sung. So that's what we try to do. We try to make it's a different set than we, as far as the look of the event, than we usually do. So we kind of have our own Christmas rig that we pull out every year. And then when it comes to Zach, he probably won't come up and join us for a song just because he's high maintenance like that. I'm just kidding. That might change. Who knows? As of right now, we're not going to have that. But we're still very, very excited to have him out, and should be really a great night.
Fantastic. So once again, you guys have got the Little Drummer Boy Christmas Tour, and that's with Zach Williams. It's coming to the Wolstein Center in Cleveland, Ohio on Thursday, December the 6th, 7 p.m., and then again on Saturday, December the 8th, 7 p.m. at the Schottenstein Center, and that's in Columbus. And I got to ask, because, of course, the video went viral last year of you guys doing Little Drummer Boy Live. Between you and your brother, how many different instruments can you play? Because I've seen you guys bang on different drums. I mean, you were running around with a snare. He started off on a big old bass drum and then went to the squeeze box. How many instruments do each of you guys play?
Well, not very many, actually. You can teach almost anybody to play a little bit on a lot of different things, and we can do that. I'm predominantly, if you're going to get me on anything that I feel like I can contribute musically, it's going to be drums. So if I'm going to get up on a drum kit, if I'm going to hit, play the snare, I'm going to hit a bass drum. I mean, I can hit things for a living. But as far as anything too much more technical than that, I'm going to have to put some work in. And for the most part, for me, it's just drums. My brother Joel can play a few other chordal instruments, but that's why we have the other 6 guys on stage with us, because we're really singers, and then we can do a few other little things But we're not afraid to dabble. It's just not our specialty, if that makes sense.
Yep, totally makes sense. Once again, we're talking to Luke of For King and Country, talking some Christmas music and the Christmas tour. Now, let's change gears because we just saw your social media is so much fun because there's just so much stuff going on. So we saw that you had just come off of basically a kind of premiere, the Burn the Ships type tour. Saw some stuff with you guys playing at the Ryman in Nashville. Tracy Height's a good friend of mine, and so it's I've seen her social media blow up with all of that. How are things going as far as with that tour? What was that like? And then as far as the new album itself, how is that being received?
Yeah, well, the thing that is amazing to me is, so before we released Burn the Ships, the previous album that we had released, it was about 4 years, so it had been a while. And so much has changed since music has, the way that we receive music these days. So you got streaming, you got radio, you got physical, you got so many different options. And so when we released the album, I think we were all kind of scared, well, man, the first month or so you play the songs and nobody knows the songs, after the new album. And this time it was crazy. We actually, when we first released Joy, about 2 weeks later we were in Europe. And in Europe you don't have much, Christian radio. You don't have kind of the same things that we have here in the States. And so we're sitting there going, hey, it's just going to be like a virgin audience. We're just going to go out there and do the best. They were singing Joy at the top of their lungs from the first night that we started playing. And so I realized that people can consume and absorb music so quickly now. I mean, you get it immediately, and you can just start getting into it and listening to it. And so that album release tour that we did, it was just really great to see these songs become other people's songs. It was great to be able to meet people and then saying, hey, you don't understand what this song means to me. That was unexpected. The way that they kind of were able to just quickly connect was certainly surprising to us, but we're very, very grateful for it. And it was an amazing tour.
Once again, we're talking to Luke of For King and Country. Well, I think personally, just from perspective as far as what we were seeing here with the radio station, I think what really helped you guys as far as getting the music out there too was those epic videos. Oh my goodness! If you guys the music thing doesn't work out for you, I mean, we know that Joel has been in the movie Priceless, but even you too, sir, the acting thing could work for you.
You're one of the first people to ever say that to me. I am not an actor. I am just a man who I try to write songs that feel real to me. That's always the first song that I was ever proud of was a song called Crave many, many years ago now. I wrote it probably 8 years ago. And I remember driving home, and I had it in my car, and it was back when we used CDs. That's crazy. And I played it, and I just remember thinking, if nobody ever hears this song is special to me. And so when it comes to being able to play a character in a music video, essentially we wrote this song. And so this song is telling a story. And so for me to kind of get, I don't want to say in character, but for a lack of a better term, in character, it was real because that song was written about stuff that was going on in our lives. And so our brother Ben is a film director, and so we're very, very fortunate to be able to have him make these music videos look like they are epic movies, and that's been a lot of fun to work with him on that. The process of the music videos was exhausting, but also just a cool thing to be able to, the fact that we were even able to make those and have the budgets and make them with the quality that we made them was really a dream come true for us.
Once again, we're talking to Luke For King and Country and Little Drummer Boy, the Christmas tour, coming to not too far away from us, Thursday, December the 6th, Wilstein Center in Cleveland, and Saturday, December the 8th, Schottenstein Center in Columbus, Ohio. Saw a bunch of stuff on your social media. Oh my goodness, your kids are so adorable, by the way, so good job, Dad. But family stuff during the Christmas holidays, we're talking about things Christmas. Do you guys have traditions within the Smallbone family, but then even within the family with you and Courtney and the kids?
Well, one of the things that we do every year is we will go to a Christmas tree farm, and there's this old farming family that we've gone the last 2 years. This will be our third year. And they have they make the fires in the barrels, and they just make it quite an experience. And that's something that, like, I literally, we were getting a different car, and my oldest son Jude said, "Hey, Dad, well, just real quick, will that car be able to take the Christmas tree that we got to put on the roof, or is that not going to work out?" And so it's something that we look forward to as a family every year, and to the point where my oldest son is trying to make sure that my car can hold it. It's such a big deal, so it's very special.
Challenge accepted by Dad. There we go. We are talking to Luke Smallbone of For King and Country, talking about their Christmas tour coming to our area, and of course their new album, Burn the Ships. 2 more questions for you, Luke, before we let you go. Number 1, where can we find your music and just all things For King and Country on social media?
Yeah, you should just be able to search For King and Country basically everywhere, and you should be able to find it, God willing. I mean, the music should be up on the streaming services, iTunes, and it should be in stores as well. And if it's not, then somebody's not doing their job. So, but yeah, that's the idea. And also for kingandcountry.com for the website. But that's where we should be. That's where we should be able to be found.
And then secondly, you did Little Drummer Boy. Out of all the Christmas songs that you guys could have done, and we're going to play it here in just a few minutes. Yes, we're breaking rules on playing Christmas music before Thanksgiving. Oh, well. But out of all the songs that you guys could have picked, why that song? And kind of set that up as far as like how you guys took your approach to it.
Yeah, well, ironically enough, the first time was because it was just called The Little Drummer Boy. And they're like, well, if there's a band out there that should be doing The Little Drummer Boy, it should be For King and Country. And so we were like, well, let's do it. And I actually found myself in the vocal booth, and I was singing the vocals for this song. And it dawned on me what the song was really about. And the song is about this little kid who doesn't have anything to give Jesus. He doesn't have any gifts. He doesn't have any money. He just has the ability to play this drum. And so he says, look, I'm going to play my drum for you. And I just thought it was amazing. I thought it was beautiful. I thought it was powerful, because honestly, that's the way I feel a lot of times. I feel like that song was written for me to sing, because I'm a very normal person, but yet I can sing a little bit and I can play a drum a little bit, and yet in God's eyes, if that's our best, man, that's beautiful to him. And I just think it's a beautiful song.
Well, we appreciate you taking some time out from a schedule and catching us up on what's going on with all things Christmas and how you guys are doing. And super excited to be able to continue to hang out with you guys when you come to the area again.
All right. Looking forward to it. And thanks for the time. And we'll see you sometime shortly.
All right. Thanks a lot, Luke.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.